Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phoenix Point. We have a little bit of business to get out of the way here before we get into the game. I had a pretty major thing happen to my computer over the weekend, and as a result of that I've had to rebuild like the audio profiles and stuff, so I'm trying some new stuff with the audio mix. Let me know if it's bad. Just go ahead and tell me in the comments if I have screwed up the audio in some way. I think it's okay though. Also, a very helpful person pointed out to me in the comments, probably actually a couple of people by this point, that the reason the icons keep disappearing around the havens is that they disappear if you zoom out too much. First of all, that's terrible. It shouldn't work that way. But secondly, this right here is the game's default zoom level. When I load up a save, this is where it puts me. And for some reason, at this zoom level, sometimes the icons are visible and sometimes they're not. I assume it's a bug. It's probably each zoom level is supposed to have them either on or off. But when I loaded the game up, they were on at this zoom level. And then I clicked on a haven and because I was looking for a place to hire somebody. I clicked on a haven and inspected it. And when I clicked out of the haven, the zoom level had not changed, but the icons were gone. So that explains a little bit of that weird frustration. It's not a big deal. Now I know I can just zoom in one level and they will always be visible. So thank you, people, for helping to fill me in on things that I have failed to grasp. So we should probably deal with some of these objectives. We have a lot of things to do here. My number one priority at this point is the 6th initiation. I really want to see where this Disciples of Anu questline is going. But I wonder if we should take the crew of the Manticore 2 home first. We don't have a lot of damage on us, but we are pretty fatigued. I mean, where's the nearest Phoenix base? Oh, that one's not far away at all. Although, actually, does this one have... No, this one has, like, no stuff in it. We could probably fix that. Yeah, let's go ahead and repair these. We don't even particularly need a storage facility, but also the cost for repairing it is so low, why not? I'm going to go ahead and build us a... yeah, there we go, medical bay. And also a living quarters here. Every one of our bases should have these basic amenities so that people can rest there. But what we can do instead is just go to Symes. The Symes Memorial Base is nice and close to that anyway. Which I guess means we don't need to spend the resources, but whatever. We can trade. So I noticed that we're not being told... It no longer says that there are any active Pandoran structures. But how much you want to bet there is in fact one over here? I wonder if it's just that it's outside of sensor range, because so far, every expanding mist area that we've seen has had a Pandoran structure in it. And maybe it just hasn't spawned over here yet. Maybe the mist has to get to a certain level. Anyway, Manticore 2. Come back here. Let's rest up, and then we'll head out and... Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. While you guys are doing that, the other Manticore should also be doing things. And... we're a day and 23 hours off of finishing the Tiamat. Do we want to change any, like, do we want to reprioritize anything, or... I think we want to finish that Tiamat, probably. There's some interesting guns that we should build. We should definitely make one of these, actually. Because right now we have a character who can't gun at all, right? Our, that's not even the right button. Right, we have that infiltrator who literally doesn't have a single equipable weapon. Boy, which icon are you, infiltrator? This one. Romd 7 the Great. Yeah, okay, so you... you just stand around in base all day, holding this grenade awkwardly. That's gotta be making everybody uncomfortable. Let's go ahead and, manufacture you up a crossbow, and we'll make that... second priority? And we have plenty of quivers, I believe. And even if we didn't, these are instant. Okay, so... I think what we're going to do is have the crew of the Manticore 1 just explore around a little bit. Like, we could go grab a Berserker and make a Berserker heavy. which I'm not necessarily opposed to, although there are not a lot of Synedrian havens around us, and the Synedrian havens that are closest to us don't have any recruitment available. I'm thinking maybe we could just explore a little bit and potentially find a heavy or another Synedrian haven. And plus, we need to keep exploring. And you know, we have a lot of stuff discovered here, but there's not really a good reason not to area scan, right? The cost is pretty low. And who knows, maybe we'll discover something new. We have all these satellite uplinks and everything. Okay, yeah, you guys are fine. Just chill. Most havens started as shelters or military installations, but Harmony was a music school. Before the Pandora virus, James O'Hearn was a pianist and music teacher. Things fell apart, he and his students transformed the school into a fortress, more out of necessity than choice. Slowly, their community grew, and O'Hearn became its leader. O'Hearn has a mixed reputation. Some say he's a sweet, kind man who cares about his people, but others say he's a sociopath who cares about nothing but power. The one thing that's certain is that music is the core of his beliefs. Music plays constantly in the Haven, even at night, and his compositions are played at tri-weekly services. The Haven has a good relationship with the disciples, and many of his students believe O'Hearn's music will bring them closer to the dead god. Okay, that's weird. O'Hearn welcomes our operatives into the Haven. He's friendly and humble. I wanted to, hire you, I suppose, for a mission. That's how this works, right? I'm afraid it'll seem quite absurd, but if I pay you, it should be okay, right? I want you to return something to me. A little bit of sheet music, that's all. Something I wrote a long time ago for someone who's no longer with us. In this world, anyway. Could you do that for me if I provide the coordinates? I know where it is, but I can't send one of my students. They're simply not up to such a task. Well, that last part has me a little bit worried, but yeah, sure. Wonderful. I thought you'd say no, honestly. It's a silly thing to ask for, I know, but music connects us to the cosmos. It's the language of creation, and I suppose it has a value that can't quite be put into words. Okay, site added to Geoscape, Harmony of the Spheres. Yeah, I think in a time like this, it's important that we try to maintain some of the touches of humanity. Yeah, I mean, we gotta be a little choosy. Not all of the touches of humanity are great to maintain. Alright, well, we'll get on that eventually. We're in the middle of something right now, obviously. I gotta say, one of the parts of me fixing up my computer is that I, quote-unquote, upgraded from Windows 7 to Windows 10, and I'm not super happy about it, frankly. The Manticore 1 sets down on an old soccer pitch in the middle of an abandoned stadium. Long ago, people played sports here, before the world went to ruin. Well, we could just play soccer, I suppose. That doesn't seem like a terribly useful thing to do. This has gotta... What would this do? It's gotta make people a little bit more tired, but, like, there's gotta also be a positive effect from it. What? There's no, like, idea of morale in the game. So what would be the benefit of this? I don't know, I'm gonna search the stadium. I'm kind of curious about... I'm almost curious enough to click on it. You know what? We're going to click on it because I'm really curious, actually. Oh, okay. Sometimes it is good to remember what we're fighting for. Not just to survive, but to live again. To have fun and enjoy life. A few snatched moments in this old monument to a forgotten game played by thousands and watched by millions are ones to remember. Okay, 25 skill points is actually a pretty good reward. I'm pleased that that happened. Okay, the crew of the Manticore 2 are ready to rock, and also this thing's happening. Well, let's start the mission, and let's not be afraid to disengage if it comes to it. So you're an assault. I mean, we got lots of rifles. Do I not have... Ooh, we don't have a spare one of our rifles, really? Well, I mean, this is fine. We only have one magazine for it. Maybe I should give him a bulldog? The bulldog's such a bad gun, though. Yeah, I'm gonna just give him this, give him the Yat and the one magazine that we have for it, and also a med kit, and also another med kit, because he should have full hands. But I don't really know. Do we want to change up his armor? +4 perception seems okay as compared to like the other helmets that we have available. 23 armor versus 18 armor. You know what, honestly? It'd be great if you lived. That's the thing I'm hoping for most here. So those legs give +3 speed. That's actually probably better for survival than the heavier armor. Yeah, alright, we'll keep him outfitted like this. He looks totally natural and extremely cool. And everybody else is as ready to go as they're getting, so let's deploy. Yeah, I'm definitely eager to pull these people back as soon as the blimp is finished and go blimp. Jam a couple more newbies in there and overwhelm the Pandorans through just like sheer numbers. Okay, and we're back. So here's the thing. I've now had the game crash 3 times while attempting to enter this scavenging site mission, so we're just not going to do that. Manticore 2 is en route to this other thing, and we're just going to fly Manticore 1 somewhere else and hope that the crash problem is this mission specific and not unloading into any mission. I guess we're going to find out in real short order here. This has just been a real nightmare, computer-wise, for me for a little while now. Alright, Taxiarch Nergal, one of the Exalted's oldest and most trusted advisors, has asked us to provide him with data from this alien structure. The mission is to go in, perform the required scans, and get out. It is unclear what the Exalted requires the data for. Well, listen, it is not ours to wonder why, right? So, handgun proficiency. You know, honestly, might be a good idea. Don't want to go down to 2 turrets and also carry a pistol. Honestly, I don't have to go down to 2 turrets, do I? Well, except that we're carrying way too much weight right now. Although there doesn't seem to be like a huge penalty for it. Alright, let's take manual control. That seems like it could be useful. Let's go ahead and grab self-defense specialist. And then you need strength really badly. Actually, do you though? Because you really don't seem to be suffering any ill effects from all of the overweight. So show me sharpshooter gear as well. I guess that's how I would get access to the pistols. So this is 60 damage at 14 range. This is 50 damage at 18 range. I think for you, I would rather have the long-range pistol. Well, kind of a melee-ish character. You know what? Let's take the high-damage one. And we'll load you up with a mag as well. And you're just going to be way over your carry limit, because it's a pretty soft limit, it feels like. Oh yeah, and then I have to double-check everybody's ammo, because the game can't just manage my ammo for me. You're not even missing any... Okay, you're on a full mag and half... Yeah, alright, let's just ammo up. Can I do this from this menu by just, like, clicking on this icon or anything? Nope. It's possible that there ought to just be a button that is, hey, ammo up my whole crew. Especially since about half the time the problem isn't that we don't have enough ammo, it's that for some reason they haven't bothered to put it in their guns yet. There should definitely be a button that's like, hey, take figure out with all of the magazines we own how to put the bullets into the guns. Alright, fingers crossed, everybody. It would be so cool if this mission was able to load. I would be ecstatic. Okay, hey, that's farther than the other one ever got. I think we're cool. Fortunately, you can't see it in the feed because I am capturing the game source directly, but I am playing with the Windows taskbar visible over the bottom of the game at all times, and none of the things I do, such as telling the taskbar to hide, or... Windows 10 just doesn't want to do the things you want it to do. Ever, is what I've learned. Okay, so, we have to scan area 0 of 3. That could not be more vague. We want to have Bave do his standard dash up thing? I think so. We have a nice location here to take cover behind. let's see if we get in any trouble. Discovered 0 enemies, which is potentially the best number of enemies, but in some ways also kind of the scariest. Alright, go over here. Really, you can't see any deeper into that room than that. Okay, we do have some indicators of where we're supposed to be scanning. There are big blue glowing lights in the darkness. Well, he's headed around there. Yes, we can have you. Oh, this is. I was like, why is his movement so bad? Because that's tiny. Let's see if we can see what's down here a little bit more.
Moving to position.
Really just would love for this fog to roll back a little bit. There we go. Okay, and we have an indication that there might be something hostile in this direction. Well, I think we could probably just do a first turn Overwatch thing here. Not really get anybody into trouble, but let it wander into us. I'm not going to put anybody on Overwatch until we're actually until everybody's actually moved to the positions we want them in. Let's start with Lise. We'll move her over to here and give her... Well, I don't want her to Overwatch that angle, though. I'm so nervous about people getting shot in the back by Overwatch ever since that turret killed the first engineer. Maybe she just doesn't even do Overwatch. Maybe she comes up to here somewhere. Maybe, like, right there. And we just let her be in return fire mode, which probably means that we want her to end her turn with the rifle. I don't want to commit any turrets yet, so I guess you're next. Yeah, I might similarly want to not actually do an Overwatch here. I'll have you be on Overwatch and everybody else just be in return fire mode and hope that that's gonna be good enough.
Got this covered. All set.
Which means... Well, actually, you don't have return fire on either of your weapons, but Lise does, right? Yeah, Lise has return fire. Oh, because it's part of the thing that gives you return fire is part of the assault tree, right? It's not a thing everyone has access to. Well, in that case... You know what? I'm just going to choose to trust. I'm going to angle my Overwatch cone a little bit here. Try to not include crypto in it. I could have drawn that deeper. Whatever. And then Tiny is just going to run up because Tiny has range issues. I just hang out there. You are also going to just kind of hang out center. I don't know what to do with you yet. And Bave, you can Overwatch this direction. Alright. Let's see what this noise is. Oh, it's a siren. That's bad. Boy, is it my headphones or... That sounds different. There's definitely a different sound occurring. Okay, this should be... a really easy grenade shot that hopefully will also destroy that piece of rock in the way. And I think this is how we want to open this up. I'm not gonna put on Boom Blast or anything. Let's not commit a bunch of resources. We did not, in fact, remove the cover. Well, we do have some bad news here as far as people's positions go. How much did we de-armor? 4 points from each area. That's a little bit less than I was hoping. Okay, how about the next thing is, can we get Lise into a shooting position? We might be able to with like a dash or two. Ugh, that's rough. I mean, she doesn't have to. This is definitely like assault rifle shooting rather than sniper rifle shooting, so she doesn't have to have quite as many action points at the end. How clear is your shot? Oh, I did. No, I totally did break the thing. I totally did break the thing. I just have one of them brain problems, you know, where I can't see that stuff has happened. Okay, so do we just de-armor the torso? And we probably hit the head first. I'm a little leery of aiming for the head on account of the number of misses we're likely to get. But if we aim like here, pretty good odds we de-armor the head and the torso, right? Because it's 50 points of armor shred per bullet. Yeah, that sounded, sounds like all the bass is gone. Like I said, I might have to rebuild some more audio stuff. Okay, well. So I did, in fact, de-armor both the head and the torso, and then let's just make sure that the head gets disabled, because that's gotta... We gotta not have any mind controls occur. Okay. Next up is, can Crypto get into a position to do anything at all? No.
Standing by.
Alright, then we're gonna have at least do some dashing and some assault rifle work. Would we be better off going backwards, actually? Maybe. Hold on. Pondus has got to get out of the way. I think we're probably going to have Pondus fall back this way. Crypto can run over and actually perform the scan. So if we have you dash this way... You can make it to here and then do a quick aim sniper rifle shot. That would probably get the job done.
On the move.
Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better than trying to round and flank. Alright, so we pop this. That'll put an extra 30 points of bleed on you. So you'll be at 52 health and bleeding for 30. We really just need to get, like, any one other hit. Which we honestly might have trouble doing. But, like, there's no move that's better than this. Gotta get that bleed. Yeah, so 52 bleeding for 30. How do I establish a little bit more damage? And we can move you up to here, do an inventory action to swap the pistol into one of your hands instead of worrying about the turrets right now, and have you just take a shot, but I don't feel super confident that you're going to be able to land a shot. We could try with Pondus. Pondus at least has the option of going for the pistol quick aim. Looks to me like this shot's pretty obstructed by that wall. If we did
on it,
take a pistol shot, no, actually, yeah, it is fairly obstructed. Does she lean forward at all during her idle animation? I need opening. That's less of an opening. Okay, so we got to decide now which thing we want to do. I'm just gonna run up. Like, the options there were like try the shot a couple of times or spend an action point and just get clearer. Probably spend the action point and get clearer is the correct option. So you do a quick aim, then take your action point free pistol shot.
Identifying target. Threat eliminated.
There it is. Okay, and then that leaves Crypto in position to run over here. Ooh. It's a launcher arm and everything. I don't know if we are
Moving now.
visible to him yet. Scan, good scan. You should back up. Or, I guess, just like run over to here where you will not be visible. I don't think he knows we're here. So let's try to keep it that way if we can. So I guess you're good, and then
5 by 5.
I'm leery of setting up a turret in the tunnel area because of the position of Bave. So yeah, Bave doesn't even have the action points or the will points necessary to initiate a dash. So maybe what we do instead is turret up over here. Just in case something comes in from over there. Well, hey, look at that. Something came in from over there. The turrets do an okay job of shredding armor, so that's probably actually pretty okay for us. He missed a lot. Okay, there's a second one, and the one that we had over here is no longer visible. So, I mean, pretty good news on that that second one, right? Because now we have a position here where we can land a pretty solid grenade. I'm wondering about... So, it looks like we believe we will be able to hit a shot like this. I'm wondering about a boom blast this turn. Let's do it. Looks to me like we might be able to pull off 2 doubles, and that would be pretty great. Also, does the game seem darker to anyone else? Like, maybe a lot? Okay. There's gonna be some growing pains as I rebuild my streaming setup a little bit. Or my recording setup, rather. Okay, so we destroyed the close guy's arm. I wonder if this is the guy that was over there. That's a lot of distance to travel. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem super likely. Okay, this guy is not a huge danger. He's easy for a lot of different people to kill. He doesn't actually have any weapons left at all because he doesn't even have a spitter head. So what we really need is the ability to shoot at the other one.
Zooming in.
Do we quick shot this with the assault rifle so as to have another assault rifle shot? It does feel a little bit wasteful to do it with Lise. Let's hold up for a second. Let's see if what we can get with the other sharpshooter. We have a bunch of will points, so we can... Yeah, as much as I'm a little bit leery of stacking up our people in this way, because it is certainly dangerous, let's go ahead and take the quick aim here. It's alright, we'll just deal with all of the launchers. Okay, so this is launcher side. We definitely want to just put a bullet through this arm. Okay, but you still have a pincer on the other arm. So we either have to kill you, or... we have to disable that arm somehow, at the very least. I'm not sure if it's worth spending a quick aim. She's not going to be able to hit his arm, and I don't think she's going to be able to kill him.
All set.
Alright, I'm going to throw a pistol into your hand here, and then we're going to talk about maybe getting you some shots. Sorry, I have to have the pistol currently equipped to get line of sight calculations. I feel like it should still show you your lines of sight, even if you don't have a weapon that can take advantage of them, just so that you know like where it's reasonable to move to. Obviously, we want to have vision to that guy. I mean, this should be pretty safe. I'm a little, as always, worried that it's not actually going to give me the vision it claims I will have here. Okay, that's something. Or, now that I'm in cover, we could go for this. We only have enough action points to do one. But I guess I don't think that the turret... the turret might have vision. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's take a manual control here. We haven't gotten to play with this yet. Yeah. This guy. Just shoot him kind of in the middle parts. Okay, was that enough? Just barely not. Well, it's still good damage, and hopefully that will count as damage dealt by the engineer. And so we will see some XP happen there. And I actually am going to quick aim and get the kill with Pondus.
That's a kill.
Okay, so you don't have any weapons left, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're safe from you. Unfortunately, we are not in a position for anybody who isn't at max XP to actually shoot you, so I guess let's just take the shot with whoever. Let's shoot him in the torso parts. I guess it doesn't actually matter, because they all bleed for 10. You would think that your torso being violently disabled would have a greater effect than 10 points of bleed per turn. Alright, this ought to be the kill, right? Yep, that's a bleed to death. Absolutely acceptable. I would obviously have preferred direct kill for the will points, but you know what they say about beggars and choosers. And then I'm just going to have Crypto run over here and kind of group up with people a little bit more. To be in a position, I think that one that was over there is still over there. Okay, I think we're just good. Doesn't look to me like that one has a very easy path to us. Okay, this guy's in an awkward position.
Good idea.
I think we want to do that. We may as well move closer. Before doing it, let's reduce the odds of this spreading into some very unfortunate location. God, I love this grenade launcher. Alright, so that's all opened up. Ondus, what do you got on this dude? You have a shot that I'm very uncomfortable taking. Probably. Oh, because that was the pistol. I was about to say, that is a little unusual. Huh. So I have a clean shot with the pistol, but I don't have anything with the sniper rifle? That's a little strange. And it's not a big deal. I'm fine standing in the open. So this is the pincer arm. The arm over here is the one we really want to break. Wait, does he have a launcher? Okay, his left arm looks more tentacle-y than I'm used to. Apparently we could get a pretty decent headshot over here. Doesn't feel like the best way to do this thing. Now let's go for this shot. And then, people who are not at max level should attempt to deal some damage where they can. Probably that's Crypto, I guess? Wait, is Crypto level capped? No, I don't think so. Just run over there and wallop him. It doesn't do enough damage. We want somebody else to take another shot here, because obviously we don't want to try to take the shot after Crypto moves up. That's not going to work. Not the way I want it to. Let's have Bave get a little bit of damage in. This should be... Nope, never mind. Let's have the other... Yeah, let's have Lise get a little bit of damage in, because she can do it without endangering anybody else's life. We should hit him in this arm, so that if for some reason the melee attack misses or something, we are not putting ourselves in a position to get all the way murdered.
Heading out.
I guess we could go for stuns here. How much health do you have left? Lead out in like 4 turns, and we're not even close to the end of the mission. No, I think we're still on kills. Try to get some stuns toward the end. I don't really know what to do with you, to the point where I think maybe the answer is nothing. A Bave can push forward a little bit, but it's not really safe to do so. At least move over to here, and we'll like watch this direction.
I'm on Overwatch.
Scan is over there, so yeah, it looks like we'll be able to advance up this route, which I think is the plan. And you are, I suppose, just gonna also Overwatch? I'm sure we have, infinite spawns. We're in a Pandoran lair-looking area, so let's try to get this done in a hurry. But there's only so fast we can move safely. Right?
Heading out.
Okay, we are getting an audio reading over there, and we're pretty close to both of the other scan sites here.
All set.
I'm nervous about this turret. I'm nervous enough about this turret that I'm going to pick it up.
We need this.
It turns out they're a real danger to, to friend and foe alike. The darkness here keeps making me really nervous. There is totally a wall. From this angle, it's hard to tell. Unfortunately, there's no angle that's good for everybody. Crypto can come back and take cover right there. Trying to move everybody together in a sensible and safe way. Kind of want to bring you around behind Crypto, just in case something emerges from this hallway over here. Be a little bit awkward for Lise to get a clean shot on it. Alright, may as well set you on formal Overwatch. I don't really expect we're going to see anything here, though. It doesn't seem like the enemies that we can hear are patrolling in that direction. Making noises and stuff. I worry that we are. I mean, we didn't get an explicit notification that we were seen or anything. So maybe we're fine.
Identifying target.
Hold up. He has Silent Echo. Is that? Oh, interesting. All of his weapon attacks are perfectly silent. He also has Pain Chameleon, which is gonna be a real pain in my ass.
Aim.
I mean, maybe we just take his head? Totally murder his willpower?
Bullseye.
If we're gonna hit him anywhere, that seems like a fine place to do it. He scurries off, but not like a lot.
What's our plan?
He scurries off a little bit.
Moving to position.
Why don't you move up here and see if you see anything else? You have very little indication of what is to this side. And I don't feel comfortable trying to just grenade guess the location that thing I guess there's not really that many places for it to be, though, huh? Maybe I do, well, I was going to say maybe I do feel comfortable with that, but it turns out we don't actually have the movement necessary to even make a guess. I'm going to move Lise up to here, and I think we're going to go into Rifle Overwatch right there. And we just kind of have to have people catch up a little bit.
Let's do this.
Move him forward a little bit just to make room for other people up here. You know, there was an enemy in this area, so I'm going to move Crypto way up, though. Crypto needs to be close to do the thing. All of the things. And you can approach to, like... Pondus has no move. Oh, yeah, Pondus fired, right.
Dashing ahead.
I mean, that right there, that movement distance, that's the price that we're paying for the over carry weight. I'm just going to go ahead and move you up as well. You're pretty heavily armored. It won't matter too much if you get shot. Think we're on standby then? Oh, Babe's not actually in Overwatch. We should pick a direction. And we know there's an enemy coming from over... We know there's an enemy over here. I'm just gonna Overwatch this way. Probably if the crab from the right happens upon us, it won't attack on the first turn anyway. Does it not become visible? Okay, it doesn't become visible until the end of its turn. It's not when it attacks. Well, that's very annoying. So obviously we gotta take its arm.
Standing by.
Fortunately, that's a thing we can absolutely do. Can Pondus reasonably do it?
Identifying target.
Oh yeah, that's very doable.
Hostile wounded.
Alright, so we won't be seeing any more of that. And I am absolutely going to just drop a grenade on this thing as well.
Receiving loud and clear.
Sorry, you're not Grenade Man, you're Grenade Man.
Executing.
Can I actually not? Okay, the problem is that little spire in front of him, and that makes me think I should move before firing, because we've had some unfortunate experiences with trying to fire around stuff in the recent past. I have no idea. No idea if that made contact. It does suck that he doesn't unstealth before making an action, though. Like, we can't actually overwatch in any meaningful way because of the way this ability works, which is
What's our plan?
unfortunate. We probably ought to push forward in this direction first, right? Because we know there's an enemy over here. But I don't want to go too far forward because we did just use a grenade. Like, 2 people already have lost their turns. So we can move up a little bit. Nothing happening over there. No indication of anything serious occurring over there. I'm gonna put down a turret. No, I'm not. I did not have the correct thing selected, so I misread the amount of distance I could move before doing things. Let's have Lise.
Ready.
Standing by.
Boy, that's a little awkward, huh? I'm gonna just fire like this, and we'll see what happens. Found him. I might... I'm gonna go ahead and quick aim. We'll see if we can finish the job. The rapid bleeding is very helpful. It's like the end of Hollow Man. I didn't hit him at all there. I tried to aim at where the blood was coming from. You want to take one? Okay, that was a kill. Great job. We don't get a visual indication of a corpse, but I did get will points back, which makes it extremely clear what happened. And I guess Crypto... If we're going this way, Crypto wants to move up for sure. Wow, that was pretty lucky. Oh, and it extremely knew where we were, and so was able to shoot us instantly. Well, alright, Lise has to med up. Not really any two ways about that one.
I need to recover.
And unfortunately, not really able to do anything else on account of all of the body parts being damaged. Do you have a pistol? You do not. You can throw a grenade at a guy. You have 1 arm left. Yeah, usually they don't fire on the turn that they become aware of you, so I thought you'd be okay. Let's not mess around with this. Let's just kill it. Speaking of Crypto, finish it off to save bullets and also because it's fun to hit enemies with melee weapons. And the melee does not seem to have a mischance. There's no indicated mischance.
Moving to position.
It was no action points. Yeah. Objective interaction is free. I don't really know where exactly I want to move you to, but let's get you out of the bottleneck at least so that Pondus can move up over here. Jesus. suspect there may yet be an enemy in this direction. I guess I don't really have a lot of play, aside from noticing that. You are just going to fall back a little bit. And you lost your handgun? That's a crying shame. I mean, sort of. It's not really that big of a deal. I don't. The tight corridors and stuff just make it really awkward for Chaos to be able to do much. You know what you could do? You could step over here, switch to this thing, and apply a technician heal to yourself.
Ready-ish.
You can definitely heal other people with that, right? I thought. I mean, I guess you could just heal yourself. That's fine. Gonna keep people healthy so that we don't need to go back to base. And then, Bave and... Oh, cannot quite Overwatch. Do we have like 1.9 action points left, I think. Alright, just go over here. Don't be right on top of anybody. May as well reload. I think we're good for the turn. I don't really want to move anybody else up at all. You can go over here and get some cover. Oh, maybe there aren't any more enemies. Well, then I'm just going to go hit this. They're certainly not taking any time for their turns. Okay, and then make it out. That's totally doable. I guess we'll just go back down the central corridor, right? It's far away from any of the enemy spawn locations. Seems like a smart thing to do. And we can leave a turret behind us because it will, I assume, we'll get it back at the end of the mission no matter what. Even though my plan is to leave it in a place where we would not be able to retrieve it. Since we are going to be successful at the mission, we'll get it back.
Standing by.
You gotta run. Oh, you can't really move that much because your legs are busted. That's actually super crummy. We have the ability to... No, we can't really, like, pick her up and move her.
I'm here.
Alright, well, everybody else commit to getting home. And then we'll turret up behind us a little bit. Is there a spawner over here somewhere? It doesn't say so.
Setting it up.
I'm gonna just go ahead and put a turret right there, and then we'll
Moving to coordinates.
move up behind people. It doesn't help us to have Bave move forward any faster, because he's not the thing we're waiting on. Trying to select Pondus, but I got confused by that small rock. And listen, rocks and people are very similar, fundamentally. Have you ever had to try a conversation? You ever had to, like, try to convince somebody of something? It's like talking to a rock.
What's our plan?
Pretty much every conversation you have on the internet could be with a non-sentient being. You would never know. I think we're totally cool to just run ahead, and I'm gonna have Bave commit really deep like this so that he's in a good position to just, like, Overwatch, provide covering fire as people run. Try not to select you. That's as far as you can get, huh? Alright, you run over here. That was a pretty serious grenade hit we took.
Sprinting to position.
Yeah, unfortunately now Chaos is blocking that that passage. I definitely should have moved Chaos after Crypto. Yeah, this is going to be really annoying to do. Evacuate all operatives when one of your operatives has 2 busted legs. It's pretty rough. And it really, it is legitimately a bummer that there's no mechanic here for having one soldier help another soldier along.
What's our plan?
Hard to believe they didn't even think of it. probably what ended up happening was they decided it wasn't worth implementation time. You know, that's a non-zero expenditure of resources for a thing that's probably not actually going to come up very often. But still, I'm sad. It's not really the game's fault, it's just sort of how I am.
I'm on Overwatch.
You, I guess, could watch maybe a thing will happen from that direction? It doesn't look like it. It looks to me like they have no intention of spawning any additional enemies, and they could just let us leave. That's my read on the situation. Let's just get everybody in here. And then spend another 10 turns slowly moving Lise into the thing.
What's the plan?
Oh my god. And we don't have any way of fixing the broken legs, right? Like, medkits don't do that. I really can't move to there? You make me do this 2 spaces at a time?
Moving as fast as I can.
It's not a big deal, I guess. And it does not seem like there are any enemy spawners.
Bye.
Probably the idea is supposed to be that if you've taken enough damage to have a soldier have both of their legs completely disabled,
Standing by.
it's more likely that they will die than that they will escape.
What's the plan?
I noticed Master Marksman is getting applied and then removed over and over again. Remember, the Master Marksman activates when the marksman is more than a certain distance away from all enemies. So that almost makes me feel like there is still something alive, but the fact that there's literally no time at all being taken for the Pandoran turn
Standing by.
would suggest otherwise. We're so close. So close.
Moving as fast as I can.
No. Almost.
Ready-ish.
Okay,
Channel
hold on.
open.
Could you maybe step out of the way?
Moving to position.
And then as soon as we get her back on the Manticore, all of a sudden her legs are going to be fine. Her hit points will still be low, but her legs are going to be fine. Well, this didn't really turn out to be all that hard. Can you not... Unable to perform action due to being psychically or physically... Wait a minute. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way you're not allowed to leave a mission while your legs are broken. But I guess it just must have been because we were so low on action points in addition to the leg injury. Okay, that's decent. 6 more skill points for Phoenix Point. I mean, Phoenix Point has built up a pretty good supply. At this point, if there was something that we desperately needed, we totally could buy it. I don't know what that would be exactly. It would probably be like some more points of speed or... Okay, apparently we're not going to get a voiceover on this one. I am glad you rejected the Synod's orders. They were not in accordance with my teachings. I have no desire to destroy those who disagree with us, unless their actions undermine humanity's chances at survival. Hey, that's a very reasonable stance. The Synod is unnecessary evil, but perhaps its usefulness is nearing an end. I really wonder if we had accepted that mission and gone ahead and been violent, I wonder if the Exalted would have said, oh yeah, that's totally what I wonder how much our interpretation of the disciples would have shaped the story of the disciples. You've demonstrated your loyalty time and again. I believe you suspect there is more to my plan than meets the eye, and you are right. The time is almost upon us. I will explain everything soon. Not now, obviously, but soon. Yeah, go ahead and give Jack some more ammo. He could certainly use it. As they are now properly allied. That's not the button. Defend havens against attack in order to improve reputation. They are not allied. They are aligned at 74%. Whatever. We'll get there. So with this Harmony of the Spheres, that's pretty far away. We should probably have Manticore 2 fly back to, well, you know, it does say there's a Phoenix base in North America. We have a mission to find the base in North America, and we have some important stuff to do here. Let's go ahead and get to it. Also, apparently they have Mutog war beasts. Mutation tech can be applied to animal forms to create a formidable war beast. So they're researching this right now. So we've gained access to their whole tech tree, not just the stuff they've finished, but also at this point we can help a lot. We can help them along with anything else. Tiamat range increased by 25%. Ultimate mutation technology, real fancy viral weapons, acid weapon technology. You know, we do have problems with armor sometimes. Are we supposed to be... Okay, the Pandoran Citadel research is a... stupid. Unfortunately, I can't actually read what the buttons do because of the toolbar, so I'm having to remember the positions of things. We do need to finish this tech, but why don't we prioritize this next? We could help them with the war beasts. I'm gonna let them do that. We have important stuff going on. Okay, yeah, I think this team is in a place where they could continue to explore. Let's see if we can find it, because a base in North America would actually be super helpful. Really, it's fairly far away from our other functional bases, and we don't have great access to this side of the world. So, what is Manticore 1 doing right now? Are they on something? Okay, they are. Let's issue just the simplest version of this order. Okay, what do we have? It's a haven. Not a haven that allows me to recruit. Let's just keep moving. A scavenging site for Manticore 2. We should be able to handle this, and we could use the resources, I suppose. Alright, are people actually low on ammo? No. Kind of. And no. Alright, let's do it. We're getting some XP. We're getting some levels, slowly but surely. The ability to take direct control of a turret is certainly significant, although, you know, it wasn't super great the first time we did it. It could be super significant in the future. I'm really excited to get that engineer leveled up some more. I have no idea, by the way, what multi-class we might take. What would be good with engineer? Oh, my display is flickering, so that's not. And Phoenix Point crashed again. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and call this episode for today. I'm gonna figure out what's going on. I'm gonna get it sorted. Come back next time on Thursday for that, when everything totally works flawlessly for sure. And we'll see you then.